Welcome back to episode 21 of the Campfire Podcast. It's your boy, Miles.
Chris.
With Chris as the other boy. Today...
Other young man.
Aren't you still 17?
I'm still a young man.
You still 17.
I'm a man.
You are still 17.
Anyway, keep going with the intro.
Legally. Anyway, sadly, this week, there's no tier list. I know you guys all love the 2-part tier list for One Piece. But today we are going to do a whole segment. Actually, not a whole segment. I messed that up. A whole episode of our 2 segments, the Would You Rathers, combined with the Do All Blank Think the Same. And the way this is going to work is the first 30 minutes is going to be Would You Rathers, and then the second 30 minutes is going to be Do All Blank Think the Same, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yep. And
we'll change it. You never know.
We'll see. But basically, some of the Would You Rathers and the statements, some are serious, some are controversial, some are silly. We'll see how it goes. But today's just to have a branch of new ideas and new topics and see.
We're here for the randomness.
Yeah. And just an interesting conversation. So stick around. This is one you're definitely going to want to listen to the whole podcast for, not a certain part or segment.
This is a proper podcast episode.
A proper one. So definitely check out our Instagrams, Twitter, all our socials, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, everything.
Google Podcasts.
Google Podcasts. Whatever you're listening to on, just check out our other programs and comment, tell us what you like, what you don't like, feedback, all that. We really appreciate it. And with that being said, let's start with the first Would You Rather.
Alright, I'll say the first one. Would you rather work in the morning or at night?
Morning.
Yeah, morning.
Because
yeah.
Nighttime, it gets. I mean, technically, we're working in the nighttime right now with the podcast.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. This isn't really work. It doesn't feel like work.
Because it's fun.
Yeah, that's the thing. It has to be. I don't like doing anything at night, but I'll make an exception for things I do like, or if I really, really have to do something I really don't like.
Well, even so, even though this is kind of work, we're not really getting paid for it, but work in terms of effort. But yeah. When I have to edit the videos or edit the YouTube videos or edit and just do work in general, I like to do it in the morning. Once it reaches past 12, my brain don't want to sit down at a desk anymore.
Me, it's 11. Once it reaches past 11, those are prime sleepy time hours.
Yeah,
I gotta be in my bed.
Again.
I can maybe stretch it to 12.
For me, it's at 3. 3 o'clock is nap time. I don't know why, but my body naturally wants to go back to sleep around 3 o'clock.
Actually, yeah, because when I do stay up, it's always around 3 to 5 is where I'm I really got to go back to sleep.
See? But
by 6, I'm I might as well just stay up.
By 6, I'm already up. That's my second burst of energy, because if you go back to pre-COVID times in high school and middle school, that's when sports ended and you had to do homework. As in, you go to school, then you had sports.
Oh, you're talking about
you have to do homework.
I thought you were talking about AM.
Oh, AM.
Yeah.
That's completely different. That is completely different.
I meant 3 a.m.
Oh.
I'm out. 11 p.m. is when I really have to go to sleep.
Oh, you're talking about sleeping.
Yeah, you're talking about staying awake?
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about, okay.
I was...
Continue then.
Nah. Okay, wait. So sorry for confusing everyone. If you're talking about sleeping, in terms of sleeping, I'm similar to you in the sense that once it's 11, I'm out. 11 p.m. I get very tired and I want to go to sleep. Pushing it, my max, it's 2 o'clock, 2 to 3 o'clock. By that time, I am fully asleep.
Mine is 12:30.
Yeah.
But even that's I'm a zombie at that point.
But I like to wake up at 4, 5. 5. It used to be 4 pre-COVID, because that was I say 4, 4:30. That used to just give me time to slowly get up, not really rush the morning, because I hate rushing the morning. But now I would say I 5, 6.
Mine is 6 or 7. I used to wake up at 5 a lot, but I was getting tired. Like I will wake up and not feel energized. 6 to 7 is like when I wake up, I'm energized.
See, that's the thing. When I woke up at 5, I am very much energized. I'm ready to either work out, do work, read, do everything. But then by the time it hits 9 o'clock again, my body's ready to go to sleep.
Yeah.
But for an hour.
But I do like, for all the night owls listening, I do like the vibe at night. It's really peaceful.
It is nice. It is a nice vibe.
But
inside,
it's not
outside, it's scary.
It ain't enjoyable for me because I have no energy to enjoy it. I just don't have that.
I have the energy. My brain can't focus.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, right?
Like, I wouldn't do anything at night because I'm just too tired to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I had energy to do things I like draw, like read a book, watch them, then I'll have a lot of fun because that's so much time and you just chilling. It's like, don't gotta do anything. But like, when you're tired, when you're so exhausted,
yeah, your brain can't focus.
Do anything.
That's actually the one time I do read at night because it gets me to sleep. Unless I find the book interesting. If I find the book interesting, I can't do that.
I do the opposite.
I mean, True, you like to read, but even with mandatory readings, I would read at night because I'm forced to read it.
When I read, I can read for a certain amount, but then after a while, my body's like, "Yo, you pushing it. We gotta go.
Gotta rest. Gotta restart." Yeah. Now, what I was talking about before is what time of the day does my motivation for work stop?
Oh, for me,
that's why I was like, 12 o'clock is when I don't feel like doing like work anymore, and I feel like going outside and doing something else.
You talking about like 12 o'clock p.m., like afternoon?
Yeah, like the afternoon, like from about 5 in the morning to like 12 o'clock p.m. is when I like to get work done in terms of schoolwork, other hobbies, like working out, things like that. By the time it hits 12, I want to have lunch and then not do anything for the rest of the day.
For me,
that's what I was talking about.
I get into the habit of doing. For a long time, I just kept doing work. I would start at like 11 and just keep going. But I wanted to push it early so I have time in the afternoon to do so. So for me, I don't know. Ideally, what I want to do is like what you do. Like I wake up at 6 or 7, get ready, start like working whatever I'm doing at like 9ish, and keep going till about 1 or 2.
Mm-hmm.
If I have to do more, then I'll take like a 4-hour break and just work from like 5 to 7. Or if I don't have anything to do, then I just have like 2 to like 10 to do whatever, and then 10 to 12 to go to sleep. Then repeat the process.
Yeah.
But like the only thing is, it only works if I have time. I have enough time to do what I want, and like with little time to do other things that vary. Like basically, I mean, like This is like the ideal formula, but then there's variables that like make it change. So I know exactly.
I know exactly. I was about to say that too. I was like, this is what we prefer our work schedule to be. When in reality, as of right now, we don't decide any of that.
Like if you have class, that's completely different. I mean, you're still doing work, but then you have like where you have to do after class. It's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing. If you have class or if you have a job and you're an employee, then your boss or employer.
But I do use one thing that I can always use regardless. It's when you're like studying or doing work, whatever. It's called the Pomodoro technique. Basically, you just work for 25 minutes or like 30 minutes and take a break for 5 minutes or 10 minutes.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Oh, you popular.
Anyway, yeah.
See, this man goes to college for 2 weeks and look at him. Got already all these people blowing up his phone. He about to leave me. He's famous.
Nah, it's not fun when the group chat keeps putting messages till 1 o'clock in the morning because everyone's stressing out. Like, I can't mute my alarm because I need my alarm to wake up. So I have to keep it on.
It is a struggle. If you were if you're in a group chat trying to go to sleep, but you need your alarm to wake up, so you just keep getting the alerts and you're like, let me sleep.
Anyway, let's go on to the next one.
Yeah.
You want to go to like the very next one or just write them on?
You could pick the next one.
Okay.
I'll read it, but just tell me like the number.
Number 7.
7. Okay, so would you rather redo your life as an alien on a different world? It can be like whatever world, okay? Or redo your life right now, but in any time period?
Yeah. And I made this one. So basically, you can pick whatever like alien world you're in. Like basically, you could like create the world yourself. What type of alien you are, because there's no set boundaries on what an alien is. An alien can be a plant, like bacteria, whatever.
Yeah.
And the world could be whatever too. It could be like our world, or it could be some weird world.
But
like
okay, so my question is,
stuff like that.
For the alien one, I determine everything.
Yeah.
So I choose it. Want. I'm picking the first one only because in the second one, I don't want to redo my life anytime in the past because of obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But then I don't know what the future finna look like. The future could look like the past, for all I know.
Yeah, roll those dice. See what happens.
Roll those dice. I'm not taking any chances. I'd rather trust my creative process.
If you go like centuries into the future, our planet is gonna be like burning. It's gonna be so hot.
That too. So
there's gonna be no ice caps.
But then
all those coral reefs are gonna be dead. Like the ocean would be boiling like 24/7.
The ocean would be over everything.
Oh yeah, true. It'll be an ocean world.
Or the complete opposite.
Maybe it will just fix everything. And you never know.
Exactly.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
Me neither. Or it could completely be toxic because a nuclear war happened.
Or we might be on a whole different world and you might be just alone.
You're just adding to my point as to why I'm redoing my life as an alien that I decide. I'd rather trust my own creativity than trust humanity.
Yeah, I should put some like boundaries on that one.
Probably.
Yeah.
But you didn't.
I'm not sure what I would put though. Maybe like you pick what every type of alien you want to be, but you don't decide the world or something like that. You get put on a random world.
You should have said you would do your life as an alien on a random planet.
Right, so
because then that could be like alien in Jupiter that we haven't found out yet.
What would you pick then if that was the right?
Still the first one. Because even in that sense, I'm on a new planet, innit? Like, that's cool.
All right, what if I said you could be an alien on a random world, or redo your life as a random person in any time period?
Oh, second one.
But it's still random, so you can still be black.
I like being black. It's just the time period of being black is the only thing. Like, let's say,
hey, it could be. It's not just for black people; it's for any race.
Let's say by random, right? By random, I redo my life as Barack Obama.
Yeah, but that's still.
Or let's say I redo my life. Who's Oprah? I mean, did she have an easy life at first? No, but look at the final product.
True. Or you can be reborn as a Klansman. Yeah.
That's the negative.
Or King Tut or Abraham Lincoln.
That's another.
Or just
negative.
a random person in like a war that just gets like picked off.
Another red. Oh my goodness!
You're right.
If you.
That's rough.
As the bad guy, the H bad guy.
Oh, the mustache guy.
Yeah.
Little mustache.
That'd be awful.
Yeah,
but wait, actually, this is now my question. If you're reliving it, do you get to change their actions, or are you just like in their body going along with their emotions?
I would think your consciousness is in that body.
But it's
you're
not
in this body. Like you're.
But it's not. Is it my?
Actually, no.
Is it like that's what I'm saying? Is it my like soul consciousness in their body, or is it still their life that's gonna plan out the same way? But I'm just the one like experiencing everything they're experiencing. I know that's hard to imagine, but I don't know if that makes sense.
Hey, whatever you want, man. Whatever you want.
Like my consciousness transforms into whoever I am reliving.
I was thinking like you redo your life as a random person, so. It wouldn't necessarily. It could be.
So then it'd be my
famous person.
Yeah,
but you could become a famous person by being that random person that just exists.
That's what I'm saying. Because then, if that's me, if it's my soul in their body, I would definitely
think about like reincarnation.
Yeah, I would definitely choose the second one. Because then, I could, even if I was picked as a bad person, I could do some real good things. Or the opposite. Let's say I was a good person, born as a supposedly good person, but then do some real bad things. I don't know what I would do.
I have a question. If reincarnation is real, which to some people it is, I don't know. But like, if reincarnation was real,
it might be.
Would you? How do I form the question? Say you are reincarnated. but you keep the same like memories and consciousness that you had in your past life.
Mm-hmm.
With each life, would you do similar things or different things?
Depends on my circumstance in which I am born in.
Say you reach like life like 1 million, would you start being an asshole? Just start like blowing stuff
Oh,
up?
you talking about like, oh yeah. Like I would experiment since I know I'm gonna be a different person next time. Like let's say okay, if I remember right my past life after by let's say life 20, cause think about it, that's about 100 years per life. Like quick math, 20 times 100. 20.
Just add 0,
20,000.
Wait, that's not how it works.
Alright, scratch that. Anyway.
You said 20,000. Add 2 zeros, 2,000.
So 20,000.
Wait, you said 20
times 100? No, 2,000.
2,000. Just add 2 zeros. That's how it works. That's how.
But then that'd be 20. That'd be 20,000.
No.
Whoever's listening to this is gonna be so disappointed.
You said 20 times 100, right?
Yeah.
2,000.
Oh wow.
3 zeros. You just add 2 zeros to 20.
That's why I did.
No. 20 times 100.
Oh, okay. Anyway, it's tired. I'm late.
High school mathematics.
Yes. Bro, that's how you know COVID really messed us up, man. Anyway, but after about 2,000 years of living different people's lives, you would kind of understand, like, how things happen. So, like, let's say I'm born into a very racist family, and I've been different cultures my past 20 lives. I'd be like, you know what? I'm gonna off myself and be reborn as somebody else. If that's how it works, you can start playing games.
I don't know.
And start testing things. I don't know how we got down this path.
All right, let's go on the next one.
I'll pick one. You read it.
Either one. Either sentence.
This is kind of like trivial. You know, nothing too bad. Number 3.
Which one? The would you rather?
Would you rather? Yeah.
Oh. Would you rather use iMessage or FaceTime when talking to someone? FaceTime.
Depends on who I'm talking to.
Well, I guess it depends what we're talking about. Sometimes, and also like how you text.
True. I would always say FaceTime unless you have a busy household.
Oh yeah.
Or bad Wi-Fi. Then we can use iMessage.
I would say FaceTime is better because you actually get to like somewhat feel the vibe of the person. You can't always like their facial expressions, like how they are. It's not in person, but it's the closest thing to in person.
Definitely. But the only reason why I'm saying not FaceTime when they have a busy household is because then you're not really FaceTiming. You're just watching them live their stressful life
Yeah, that's
at
also
home.
a thing. I don't know. Some people don't vibe together on FaceTime.
True.
Versus in person. Like you might meet someone and you'll be like, okay, I don't want iMessage. I just want to FaceTime you. But then by FaceTime, you find out, I don't know if I can actually like have a good conversation.
But then you meet in person and everything is all good.
Or the opposite. You meet in person, it's still trash.
That too.
But then the same thing can happen in iMessage. Like you can text pretty good conversation, bad conversation in FaceTime, and then bad conversation in real life. Or have bad iMessage, good FaceTime, and then good in person. Or bad too. Or just bad all around. You can have good all.
I'm about to say it's a lot of variables.
I would just say FaceTime in general because
FaceTime in general, mostly because it's a bit more fun.
Yeah,
you can have a little bit more banter. Like you said, you can see their emotions and get a proper feel of the vibes.
And you just kind of break the ice. There's always that like, who's gonna say what first? That type of thing. It's like,
or what you're gonna say first. Like, what are you gonna observe about their background or them?
Like you get the phone number and I was like, okay. Wait for him or her to like FaceTime me?
Yeah.
After that, do I wait for him or her to go on a date with?
There's 3 types of people who I don't like FaceTiming. The first one is bad connection. If you got bad Wi-Fi or like everyone is using the Wi-Fi, let's just text because I don't want to have you slow down and then just speed up like you're being possessed.
That's not really on them though. That's not really on them.
It's not, but I don't like it. Like I would tell you, listen, it says poor connection. Let's just text. The second one is if you're always on pause. If you talking to someone else, whether you're texting or just on an app, just tell me to call you later. I'm not trying to... I would rather just be on a phone call with you than FaceTime. FaceTime uses more battery. Let's be efficient here.
It really does. It be draining my shit.
Exactly, right? Let's be efficient. If you don't want to show your face, right? People will be on pause or just show their like ceiling.
Oh yeah.
If you don't want to show your face, let's just call. Like, we don't have to FaceTime. That drains battery efficiency. And the third one, like I said, if you got a busy household, nothing against you or your family or your household in general, but if it's so busy to the point where I can't say anything because you constantly yelling at your siblings that are always annoying you, let's just
That's happened to me a couple times. I'm just like chilling in someone's pocket, just waiting.
Yeah, just wait. They're like, hold up, I gotta yell at my brother real quick. And they're like, cool.
Kind of want to leave now, but
yeah, but
I'll stick around for like 5 minutes.
Exactly, and then you're just watching the chaos unfold. Three types of people I don't like being on FaceTime. Anyway, next one.
All right. Which one should I pick?
Buckle my pants.
All right, we'll do number 8. Would you rather be? Oh wait, you're gonna read it?
Yeah.
All right.
Ooh, would you rather be with an extreme attention seeker or the complete polar opposite of yourself? So what I mean by this, because I wrote this one, is extreme attention seeker, as in someone who like craves attention from everyone. Like they want to be famous, but they're not. So they just crave attention all the time from everyone. Or the complete polar opposite of yourself in terms of like your personality, not like beliefs or general good person well-being, but in terms of looks and your personality.
But what if my polar opposite is that?
Which one are you choosing?
They're both the same.
Not necessarily, because you can have an extreme attention seeker who,
I don't know.
Because the complete polar opposite, I'm talking about physically and personality-wise.
Physically?
Yeah.
Oh, polar opposite of me would be a short person.
A short
person. a short fat person.
Yeah, who is not colored.
Very extroverted. Likes attention. No.
Doesn't wear glasses.
No, obsessively likes attention.
Yes.
Doesn't
wear glasses.
Does not like anything artistic.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
No, also talks a lot.
Who is very temperamental.
Yeah, like anger management.
Who also has trash taste in music. Like, awful. Terrible. And not smooth either.
Honestly, not smooth. You heard it here first. Not smooth.
But like the polar opposite of me will probably be like an extreme attention seeker.
Like a Karen.
Yeah, like I don't really need attention. I think we all like attention.
Everyone likes attention.
I like attention.
But when I'm saying extreme, like I said, they want to be famous, but they're not.
Like for me, if I want attention, I'll probably just talk to someone, but I wouldn't do it obsessively. It would more be like, I kind of want to talk to someone, so I just go talk to someone. But I don't be like, hey, everybody, look at this, or look at that. It just kind of comes my way, and it just happens.
So would you rather be with someone that's just that? Like that's not just that, but like that's the main feature about them, or the complete polar opposite in which everything is the opposite of you?
You say, would I be that person, or would I?
No, like be with.
Be with someone who's either. So either attention seeker or the opposite of that.
Nah, the attention seeker or the opposite of you.
Oh. But again, that's like almost the same thing.
Almost, but like you said, the opposite of you also has like feeling problems because they would feel things extremely because you
actually, don't. I do feel things, but yeah, you're right. I feel them in different ways.
Exactly.
I don't show them that much.
They would also be clingy. Like they wouldn't understand your personal space. They would want to be near you all the time.
Oh yeah, then this.
I like how that is what does it. It's like they're just clinging. And he's no.
For the right people, it's cool. But even for the right people, it's a little too much after a while.
Yo.
Like the opposite of me, if you're talking about like everything,
that's what I'm saying. The complete polar opposite.
The opposite of me is the worst person living. He or she is. They or them is.
So wait, are you saying you're the best person living?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying like the vibe that person will give would like be terrible.
Mm-hmm.
It would be so bad.
Mm-hmm. I would say the complete polar opposite of myself. Because they'd be similar to you, except a bit more temperamental.
Like just imagine like a short guy who has really bad anger issues, who's obsessively seeking attention, who's like,
oh yeah, they would also be short. Oh,
not creative, not artistic, has no goals, no ambition, terrible music taste, bad with people, not genuinely kind, not calm, can't listen just can't listen at all, and just bad to be around.
The complete polar opposite of me we would get along quite well.
Opposite of you?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. This is interesting. Like, this is a whole like segment of an episode. Honestly, I could keep going. I'll have to think about this.
See,
what time is it now?
It is. We have 4 more minutes.
It's 26 minutes. Put something like.
So, I'll describe the complete opposite of me.
Yeah,
then,
you should.
Right, because then that'd be someone who is short, again, not colored, doesn't talk a lot, but can. If that makes sense.
So,
because I talk a good amount, but I don't have to.
Okay, yeah.
Because like I can't I'm more extroverted, but I don't have to be. Like I can easily be introverted and not say a word, right? But I am more extroverted because that's just where I'm comfortable being. So the opposite of me would just be the opposite in terms of they'd be naturally introverted, but they can be more extroverted in that sense. They would be more of a liar than I am, but like a vindictive liar, because I lie about stupid things. Like, well, I can't lie in general, right? Like if you ask me something, I couldn't possibly like actually lie about something serious, but if it's trivial, I could easily tell like a little white lie, whereas they would be the opposite. So they would lie about serious things, or they could lie about serious things. Not that they would, they could. They would also be, like you said, a bit more big-boned. Not active. Oh, that'd be annoying. They wouldn't want to try anything and not be active. That'd be hella annoying.
Yeah, I was thinking about them, like, the polar opposite of me would not necessarily be, like, the worst version of myself. It would just be, like, because there's more, it's not like you're just, good person, bad person.
Yeah, nah.
So then...
Because they would take the opposite of your good qualities, but then they also take the opposite of your bad qualities.
Yeah, so like, say a good quality is like, you're a very good listener. So there
would be not a good listener.
Yeah. But a bad quality is you tend to like misunderstand situations. They will understand situations perfectly. So, it kind of evens out. So, I don't know.
But see, that'd be a good one. I would still probably pick the complete opposite of me, only because I feel as though we could get along.
I think I could too with mine.
No, you couldn't. Mainly for the fact of you like your personal space, especially when it's time for you to be like, time for me to close off some doors, and she's there like, we have to be together.
Oh, you say we're being with them? Oh, nah.
That's what I'm saying. You're dating them.
I mean, we could like maybe balance each other out, but still, maybe it could work because opposite attract. So like we're polar opposites. So maybe I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like for me, I'm kind of stubborn. So that's my negative.
I think it could work if you're not that much of an extreme person. But if you have like an extreme personality trait, then I don't think it could work. Because like, for me,
true.
I don't like being around people at a certain time, like when I don't have energy. So then the polar opposite would be around everyone, regardless of the energy.
Exactly.
So then it just wouldn't work. But yes.
Could you get past that in a relationship?
I don't know.
That's the real question.
Nah.
Anyway, we are running close on time here.
Maybe if I like them enough. I don't know.
Maybe if they're bad enough. Wait. So does that mean if... Oh, I'm not going to say that.
No, we'll get to it.
We thought the same thing.
Oh no.
Anyway, we will see you after the break. Bye. Okay. Hello. So, we just had a little bit of a conversation between the segments, and honestly, it's tapped.
Let's just move on to the next one.
I'm going with the first option.
I don't like discussion no more. I don't like this no more.
All right, let's just move on to the next segment. The statement.
Myself in the wrong way, in the opposite here.
Oh my goodness! All right, let's just go to the second segment because that was tapped.
Okay. I'll just read it. Number 1, being constantly. This is do all things the same. So we're doing like, would you agree? No. Strongly agree.
Agree. Slightly agree, or vice versa.
So
no neutral, and then we just
Number 1, being constantly outside your comfort zone is not a good thing.
Disagree.
Reason?
Because being in your comfort zone for too long is not a good thing. So being out of it isn't necessarily, like, I wouldn't necessarily say it's a good thing, but it's not a bad thing. That's why I'm just disagree, because I would say if you're out of your comfort zone, humans are meant to adapt. So once you adapt, then something is going to change to make it so that you're uncomfortable again. But then by that time, you're just going to be comfortable being uncomfortable. And then you're just going to get into technicalities at that point. So after a certain time, things are just going to mellow out for you. So that's what I'm saying. Being constantly out of your comfort zone, I would not say is necessarily a bad thing. So
yeah, because then eventually your comfort zone would just be your uncomfortable zone. Like, it wouldn't really be a zone. You just be like, you just kind of go with the flow.
Exactly. You're able to adapt very well.
Yeah.
To things. So, that was pretty simple.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Next one.
Ooh. The second one. This is interesting. We will be on another planet in the next century.
Agree.
Strongly agree. The main let me change that. Slightly agree. I don't think we would be on another. In the next century, we would be in another planet.
So,
but I don't think
21.
I don't think it would be like how you're thinking of. Like, are you thinking of?
I'm thinking like a Mars colony type thing. Like, there's a
group of people. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen in the next century. It might, but I definitely think we're gonna be able to get to like Uranus, space-wise, like astronaut-wise, by the end of the century. Because honestly, we already succeeded in just recreational space traveling with Jeff Bezos who went to space? Yeah. Do you not watch the news? Oh my goodness, bro. They succeeded in like just casual like going to space.
Casually?
Yeah, like a space vacation. So let's look this up real quick.
I did hear about that, but I thought they were just joking.
I think I don't know if it's Jeff Bezos.
I need to start watching news more.
Wait, is it space? Or is it Elon Musk?
Did it happen already, or is it
already happened? But wait, who went into space? I'm trying to see.
You gotta have money for that.
Oh yeah, it was Jeff Bezos with the Blue Origin. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So that's why I'm saying, like, we already achieved like a miniature version of this recreational space traveling. So then once that becomes more public, because there's also Virgin Airlines, they have a stock company in which they have like it's like Virgin Space or something like that. But it's basically like a it's like an airplane, but it goes into space. And they tested it out already and it worked. So there's a lot of investors, investing into the company now to hopefully get it running. So then that's even a more reason to have a vacation in space.
Yeah, or we could have got the movie. You ever seen it was a Disney Channel movie like Xenon or something?
Yes.
It'll be like that. Like, we'll just be living in space.
Exactly.
Or like WALL-E, we'll just be living in space.
But at the same time, I don't
think that's healthy.
That's why I don't think we're gonna necessarily in the next century get to another planet, because a planet, it took us a long time. Excuse me, it took us like 50 years to get to the moon. Planets are much farther away than the moon, and they are also much bigger. Like, Mars is slightly bigger than Earth, Venus is the same size as Earth, Mercury is smaller, and then the other planets are all greatly bigger.
Yeah, but those
Other than
planets, I
Pluto.
don't think we can like inhabit. Mars is the like closest habitable
planet. Yes, but that's why I'm thinking by the end of the century we might be able to get to, like, astronauts might be able to see
by
the
end
planet.
of the century we'll definitely be on Mars. Like someone will have to go on. Someone will have like set foot on Mars.
But I don't think, like, other than a rover. But yes, that's what I'm saying. I think astronauts will be able to set foot on Mars, but I don't think there's going to be like a colony of human beings on Mars by the end of the century.
Pretty cool though,
because technology is growing exponentially fast. But that type of sciences,
maybe like in a century and a half, by 21.
No, third.
What?
No.
Farther?
It'd be 21. Yeah, it'd be 21.
Yeah, 21. Like 21.
Bro, me and math right now. What is going on? I'm actually taking a math class now.
21 will be on Mars. 2171. But we'll be gone by then.
Thank God. Bro, I don't want to live that long. Because I know by that long, human beings might be done out for.
Yeah, we're killing the planet. We're really
killing the planet, bro. Florida about to be underwater in the next 20 years.
No. Listen. This goes perfectly into the next one. Humans are bad for the Earth.
Oh, strongly agree. Bro, wait.
We're a plague, bro. We're a plague.
A plague, bro. Look at America. We can't agree on wearing something as simple as masks to stop a disease from running rampant.
From like an already native culture going on there, then we slowly killed them out by like diseases. Then after that, we just started killing ourselves because of our skin color. And we're still doing that.
Yep. And we are also, so greedy that we keep making food that are not healthy for people and then doing the waste in the ocean. So then you just have mountains and islands of trash that can't expire.
Don't forget with the pollution.
Right? And then you have people that are now driving cars that take up a lot of gas and a lot of oil plants that just take from the Earth's resources, thus causing more global warming, which is, okay, this is another thing that makes me upset. People would always be like, oh, wait, it's colder than it used to be, so how can it be global warming? Well, science.
Because you drove your car on that Sunday morning, that's why.
Nah, science. Listen, Science 101. Here's how global warming works. Global warming is the fact that the ozone is not as protective as before, so you're getting more destructive rays from the sun. If you notice this summer, how the UV ratings are higher because the ozone layer has been damaged by a lot of the carbon emissions that we've had. So, thus, more sun rays equals more heat. More heat means the ice caps, as in a lot of the giant block of ice that are on the opposite things of the world, start to melt and increase water levels. Water levels then, cause other areas in
I want to add on to I watched the documentary like literally 5 hours ago. It was talking about the coral reefs. And it's because basically when global warming, well, it doesn't really happen, it just continues. But basically over time, global warming has been getting worse, increasing the temperature of the ocean. And because of that, it damages the coral reefs. They sustain like a healthy like growth and reproduction rate at a certain temperature. But if it goes too cold, if it goes too hot, then basically they start to die.
Yes.
So in like 2000, there was a bleaching event. Basically what happens when like coral reefs die is they lose all the things on the outside of them.
All the color.
You see like the skeleton of the white. It's called bleaching. And basically that's a sign that's about to die. And then once you see like microorganisms on it, then that's how you know it's dead. So basically over like the past like 15 years, there's been like 3 events, and it's slowly like killing like the reefs and
But then that adds to why global warming causes some places to get colder, because you have like underwater streams underneath towns and cities and just the earth in general, right? And with the ice caps melting, you have water rushing and either blocking off certain channels or flowing into too many channels, thus causing vast amounts of temperature differences in places. So global warming is causing the northeast of America and the UK to both get colder during the winter. But then
affects everything.
Exactly, but then during the summer, you feel more UVs of the sun.
Yep.
Science 101.
And don't even get me started on animals. That's a whole different thing.
And hunting animals, all that, yeah.
Yeah.
So that I strongly agree. Humans are awful for the planet. Now, can we do better? Yes.
I don't think we could we are the problem, so we can't solve the problem, but we could delay the problem. We get delayed.
Oh, the problem is too far gone to be like reversed.
It's way too far gone.
You can't reverse it, but you can definitely.
And because the system is in place, we can't break it.
No. But you can do better, like you said, to halt it, slow it down, and hopefully elongate. But they did say that, I don't know if you learned this in science, but how each ecosystem has a population curve, like a maximum population, and if you go past it, it starts to die down and lower, and then you just see it fluctuate between that. I forgot the scientific term, but it's like a maximum population type of thing.
You mean for the Earth in general?
Yeah, the Earth, it's like the same lifespan. Earth has that. Like there's gonna be, we're getting to the certain point where what we have done to the Earth is irreversible, and then the destruction of the Earth is also irreversible. If that makes sense.
Yeah, we're gonna get to a point where we're gonna keep growing, but then we're gonna hit like our ceiling basically. After that, we're gonna,
die. But then it's not gonna be able to recover. Like the Earth doesn't work that way.
Yeah. Maybe. Could it? Like over at all?
Because it's mainly because of things that don't expire, like radiation.
Oh yeah, okay.
Right.
Well, I guess the things that would keep us alive we're killing, so then eventually once that's gone, there's no coming back.
Mm-hmm. And it's also like this imbalance of things causes things to not be able to grow. So like, let's say you have too much carbon. So let's say, okay, you cut all the trees down, right? You cut in trees for paper, for many different reasons. So then you massively decrease the oxygen in the stratosphere, right? That's not even wildfires. That's just.
No, I'm just saying like in general.
General, yeah. But you overall decreasing the oxygen, but then you're increasing the carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide with every like factory plant ever, right? So then you're gonna have more carbon dioxide than oxygen, and that's bad for the overall breathing of all living things, right?
Yeah.
But then that also causes an imbalance throughout all the atmosphere, causing the ozone layer to not be as strong, which then causes the harmful UV rays from the sun to affect the plants and life, which then causes them to become more dried out. So then when lightning does strike, it causes worse and larger forest fires. You see how it's all connected?
Yeah, and then it's gonna be even harder to plants and things like that.
Yep. And then with war and everything, if someone fires off a nuke, every country got a nuke now. So then that's gonna
if that happens, then we're
also cause a thing. So
as soon as someone shoots one, next person gotta shoot another one, and next person
gotta shoot another. Yeah,
we're all dead, because then like that fallout's just gonna spread. It's just gonna spread.
So all in all, humans are not good for them.
Like
at all.
Lands are gonna flood.
Mm-hmm.
Like in I don't know if it's Italy, but like like the canals and how like the water is rising. It's gonna keep rising, and then
I mean, they said the same thing about the whole East Coast. They estimated in the next 50 years the whole East Coast is going to be underwater. They said in the next 20, Florida is going to be underwater. So,
dang, don't buy any parties.
Bruh, I don't think it's going to be in the next 20 if we happen to slow things down. But if we keep steamrolling at the pace we're going, then
yeah, it's kind of sad though. But
we were born too late to even change it. So
yeah, no, it was too late once we were born.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because we were just gonna go. We're naturally just gonna keep creating and evolving, but then that's gonna be our downfall too.
Yeah. Next one.
Dang, that can't bum me out. You pick one.
Let me go to the page. We're doing this thing. Oh, this is another kind of controversial one, but the COVID vaccine is trustworthy.
I'll just say agree, because of the information that we know, or at least that people who distribute the information knows. But even that, I'm not sure if it's completely trustworthy, but I think at the time it was trustworthy, because hopefully, as we all know, there's like a Delta variant, a variant of the COVID-19. And with the vaccine that was given, it was given to combat the COVID-19 that we all know, basically.
Symptoms.
Yeah, but once there's like a variant, we don't know how it's going to react to people who've already had the vaccine. So then the COVID vaccine is trustworthy to the information about the COVID-19 regular virus, but not to any other variants or mutations of that virus, basically.
Mm-hmm.
It's as trustworthy as we knew it. When I don't, it's trustworthy to pass information.
Yeah. I also agree, mainly because science. If you understand how vaccines work, and then when they explain to you how the COVID vaccine works, it all lines up and makes sense with what we already know in terms of history and past science. Like your measles vaccine or your flu shot. Any vaccine you take, there's science behind it and history behind it as well. Same thing with this COVID vaccine. People don't want to trust it because it's new, and this whole thing of you can't trust what the government gives you and all that. But even if you can't trust the government, what has history and science all shown you? Like mostly because I've heard arguments saying, the COVID vaccine doesn't stop you from getting COVID, so why would I get it? It doesn't do this and do that.
That's not how vaccines work at all. So.
Exactly. I'm like, when you get the flu shot, you can still get the flu.
Because wait,
right?
Just to be correct, a vaccine is literally like a dose of the virus that you're just given to your immune system so you can battle it all.
Yes. But it doesn't. So that's the thing, right? A vaccine normally is a symptom-free version of the virus so that your body can already identify what it is and and fight it off so that you don't die. Now, there are some vaccines that are 100% effective, others that are 95, others that are 85, depending on how strong and potent the virus is. Like the flu virus changes every year, right? There's a new variant every year, but science has not necessarily mastered it, but come up with a way to keep up with the new variants, which is why they always say, you should get your flu shot, because each new variant can kill you, right? So if you get the flu shot, it helps minimize the effect of those symptoms so that you don't die, which is the same thing with the COVID vaccine, right? The COVID vaccine isn't supposed to stop you from getting COVID. It's supposed to help so that wearing a mask isn't necessary, so that you don't have to not hug anyone when you see them, right? It makes it so that if you do get COVID, you don't die, whether you have health symptoms or not, right? Whether you're 50 or 5. That's what the COVID vaccine helps. Now, the people are also having a problem because, like you said, they think the Delta or the new form of the virus might affect I've heard people say, why doesn't the vaccine protect you from the variant? Because it's a completely different virus.
It's a variant.
It's a variant of a virus. So that's why you have to wear a mask. Like, it's not, people aren't just saying, you got vaccinated, make sure you still wear a mask though. They're saying make sure you wear a mask because of the variant. Think of it as a completely new virus. Right?
I'm pretty sure it's always been like that. It's always been like in case of a virus that just kind of mutates and there's a variant. Like, this is COVID-19. There was other versions of COVID before that.
This is
this is just the most 19. Widely known, or I don't know, but probably contagious one. Probably the most contagious one.
Not even the most contagious. Is this because people are also saying look, this bottle says it protects you from COVID, so how come COVID is just a problem this year and this bottle or this medicine was made back in 2005? Like you said, COVID was a virus before, but there's a new variant every year, and it just so happens that the most recent variant of COVID, or COVID-19 in general, was very potent in spreading and very deadly, which is why this new variant, which is even different or more different than the recent one, is so dangerous, and why people are now telling them to mask up again to stop the spreading of it, because it's an upgrade.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying the vaccine is trustworthy, because from the past virus, then yes, it saves your life.
I think that, because I know in some cultures masks are already like a thing, like people just naturally wear. I think that in the next few years, maybe the next decade, we should start, just like in general, like worldwide, we should go into like the habit of wearing masks in highly public areas like airports,
Mm-hmm.
train stations, things like that. But then in more like small contained places, like maybe like a coffee shop or something like that, or like your own home, you don't have to wear a mask. But
Mm-hmm.
I think in like those public areas when there's a lot of people, you should wear a mask. That should be mandatory.
Honestly, if you look at China, their smog is so bad, like you said, they have to wear a mask.
But they have like 1 million people.
And it's a very dense. They don't have the same surface areas as America do.
Yeah.
But they almost have double the population, I think. Or something like that.
I think we have like a whole continent, or like half of a continent. They have like a quarter of Asia.
Yes, they do. So it's just the COVID vaccine for me is trustworthy, even though in past times the government has
trustworthy enough for a virus, which is not that much, but it's as trustworthy as we can get.
All I'm saying is you don't gotta trust the government, but if you're an atheist, you can trust science.
So no Christians, no trust.
No, because Christians and other people that have their religion beliefs have their own beliefs as to why they either can get it or they shouldn't get it. I don't want to get into religion right now because that could also be a whole podcast in itself.
Yeah.
But I'm just talking about the people that are atheists and saying they don't trust the government. I'm like, fine, no one's asking you to trust the government, but trust science and health and the safety of other people. Like, not even trust your own logic. If you see numbers, if you see the numbers go down during the summer, but then you see them skyrocket during the winter, what does that tell you? Viruses spread easier in the cold, or at least the COVID vaccine spread easier in the cold.
Why do you think you get sick in the winter?
Exactly. Logic. That, like, you don't even have to necessarily trust science, just trust logic. If you see people start getting vaccinated and then numbers go down and things open up, what does that tell you? Doesn't the vaccine help? And then you see people that don't take the vaccine and don't wear a mask and just walk around like they're normal, and then those numbers skyrocket. What does that tell you?
Yeah, I'm not sure if like this is accurate, completely true, but I think it has something to do with humidity too, like how the air, because they're traveling through the air, and like in this colder, the air is gonna be like more lighter, more arid, versus the summer where it's really humid, there's a lot of moisture. So I'm guessing that plays like a factor in like how the virus versus places and things like that.
Well, yeah, it's also, in the winter, your how do I describe it? The way your body works. Like if it's colder, your body's working harder to make sure you're warm, which then makes your immune system a bit more easier to attack. But then it also causes an increase in terms of viral increase, not bacteria increase, because bacterial actually increase more in the heat, depending on the bacteria. But we're talking about viruses, and viruses are non-living things. So, yeah. Science 101.
We should talk about this more, like just in science in general.
Yeah. This is high school though. If you paid attention in high school science class, you would know this. In terms of bio and chemistry, don't worry about physics.
That's different.
That's completely different, and it's also a horrible subject.
Probably the next one. I would date a transgender woman.
We come up with some controversial topics today.
You made this one, so you go first.
I did make this one. I would say yes, but alright. Here's how I have to say it. Yes, I would, because at the end of the day, if you identify as a woman, okay, you're a woman, I'm attracted to women, which is cool. As long as you are
anatomically correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Anatomically fitting of the gender that
you're anatomically a woman. Like,
yes.
Have the parts.
I'm not attracted to penises. I'm not. I have one, but me personally, I'm not attracted to it. Whereas if you look like a woman and do not have a penis, then in my eyes, anatomically and biologically speaking, you are a woman. Whereas if you identify as a woman, I'll respect that and refer to you as a woman. But me personally, I'm not attracted to penises, and so that wouldn't really cause for me to date you. I'd probably respectfully say, I'm sorry, that's not my preference. And then, hopefully we can be friends afterwards, but that's just me. So I would, I don't know if that makes me pan though. Does it make me pan?
I don't know, man.
I don't think so, because I wouldn't date a guy.
Yeah, pansexuals, you're attracted to
People.
people.
So yeah,
what
no,
is
I don't
binary?
think. Huh?
Binary.
Binary.
Or not? Is it non-binary? Yeah.
No.
It's binary.
No, non-binary is your gender, as in you're not. Like, you could be gender fluid or non-binary, as in you're not a man or a woman, or you can change between both. There you go.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Now your time to answer.
For me, this is gonna be one of these questions where I'm gonna say, I'm gonna be like, I think I would just say what you said, kind of, but
actually,
physically,
yeah. To add on to it, you have to tell me while we are in the talking stage before we confirm it. Like, if we're already dating and then I find out, like, randomly, and we're already like 2 months into the talking stage, I'm like, well, what? You can't just hide this information from me. Sadly.
I mean, if it was with a certain person and I was like physically attracted to them and like emotionally attracted to them, then in like those circumstances I would. But I don't know what those circumstances would look like. I'm like you. I want them. How do I say this?
Like I say anatomically. Like, if you look, if I'm attracted to you, cool. If I'm attracted to your vibes too and your personality, even better. It's just that my preference is no penis.
Yeah.
Nah. And also no man. If you identify as a man, I'm sorry, then respectfully, no. Not for me. If you identify as a woman, let's talk.
If you're asexual, do photosynthesis.
If you're asexual,
it wouldn't even be a thing. They just wouldn't be attracted to you.
Yeah. Well, no. That's asexual. Yeah. Whereas if you're non-binary or gender fluid, that's a bit different. I don't really know how to classify that, because I don't think I've met someone. I might have. If I have, I'm sorry, because I don't really recall anyone as of right now that is either gender fluid or non-binary.
It's pretty cool how, people are more comfortable with their unique genders.
Yeah.
Because this was not always the case. I remember even like elementary school, this was not the case.
Oh, elementary school, bruh, middle school, even at almost the start of high school.
Nah, middle school it was popping out just like a little
bit, but that was more in terms of just straight gay, lesbian, or bi.
It really was.
Now it's
it really was only till high school where it was like appropriate to like provide your pronouns.
Yeah,
like, just not to assume
you got he, him, she, her,
they, them.
Then the other ones that I don't know how to pronounce, and you would have to specifically tell me.
Are those like X?
Or like Z or something like that.
Yeah.
All those, if that's what you want, I'll respect you and try my best.
I might just say your name, like.
Yeah. Let me emphasize try my best, because I'm not gonna lie, it is something that is slowly, like you said, becoming more acceptable, and with that, you're going to have people that aren't used to it. As in, if you were a he and are now a she, right? Then I will try to refer to you as a woman, her, she, things like that. But then there might be a few chances where I slip and refer to you as a he, because that's what I knew you as, right? Yeah. And it's just things like, oh, yeah, we're trying best, but things have to we have to get used to it. And I don't mean any disrespect by it if I mess up.
Same. Yeah.
That was a good podcast. See? Look at us.
Again. I definitely want to do a science podcast.
We should do a science podcast. Yeah. But if that's the case, I gotta, take out the notes and get accurate information, because I was kind of all over the place with this one, but I want my information to be.
Let's help the ocean.
The ocean and the earth. And I'm actually going to bring out facts and statistics from like verified and approval websites, because science is something that you can easily prove. Whereas people's emotions, you can't.
Too true. But yeah, episode 21.
Yep.
Yeah. So, peace.
Bye.